Hello, Mountain Vista Governor's School students and parents. My name is Jeff Wine, and I'm the Laurel Ridge Community College dual enrollment advisor for Mountain Vista students. This video has been created exclusively for this year's new Mountain Vista students, 10th grade students, as well as any 11th grade students who are new to Mountain Vista this year. I'm going to be briefly going over some things about dual enrollment, as well as discussing the requirements for Laurel Ridge certificate or associate degree. So let me just share my screen here with you. Oh. Alrighty, so how can you earn a Laurel Ridge credential? Before we get into that, I do want to talk a little bit about what are the benefits of earning a certificate or an associate degree, because I get asked that all the time. Well, what is this going to do for me? So after high school graduation, it shortens the completion time to your next degree. So like if you earn the certificate and then you want to continue at Laurel Ridge for your associate degree, it will shorten the completion time to that. Or if you just want to go to right on to your four-year school for your bachelor's degree, it shortens the completion time to that. The certificate is 1 year of college, the associate degree, 2 years of college. So, most bachelor's degrees are 120 credits. If a student is going full-time, most of the time you can finish in 4 years. Now, some majors are, depending on what you major in, maybe more than 120 credits. For example, engineering, some of the science majors may be more than 120 credits. So it depends on your major as well. But, generally, if you go into your four-year school with an associate degree, you plan on going full-time, you may be able to finish your bachelor's degree in 2 years. It increases flexibility with scheduling at the four-year schools. So, so you go in with your associate degree, but you're fine with staying at the school for 3 or 4 years. It may allow you then more time for studying, getting involved in activities on or off campus, taking advantage of internships. Maybe you want to study abroad a semester. You may want to work, declare a second major, or pursue dual degrees. Plenty of flexibility with scheduling. It gives you the opportunity to knock out many, maybe even all of the four-year school's general education requirements. So at your four-year school, you're going to have your general education requirements, your requirements for your major, requirements for your minor. So if you go in with an associate degree, at many schools, that will take care of the general education requirements. You can go right into taking classes geared towards your major. It lowers the cost for post-secondary education. So as a community college, we are already more affordable than the four-year schools. And then as a dual enrollment student, you get a discount on top of that. So you'll be saving lots of time and money. If you earn your certificate or associate degree concurrently with your high school diploma, you will graduate as a Laurel Ridge Governor's Scholar. You will actually be a college graduate before you are a high school graduate, because our commencement ceremonies take place around the beginning of May, long before the high school ceremony. So you'll get a cool medallion that you can wear to your high school graduation. When applying for jobs or internships, it enables you to boost your resume by adding a college credential. So under the resume section, under the education section of the resume, you can put Laurel Ridge Community College, certificate in general studies or associate degree in science or whatever. So where can you find the Laurel Ridge equivalency to the classes you're dual enrolling at the governor's school? So you want to go to mvgshome.org, look for the About button at the top, and then scroll down to MVGS at a glance. Scroll down to page 3. You're going to find the MVGS course on the far left and the Laurel Ridge equivalency on the far right. Look at all these options. So for example, collegiate chemistry, the dual enrollment option is our chemistry 111 and 112. So students dual enrolling this class have the opportunity to earn 8 college credits. So the Uniform Certificate of General Studies, we will start with that, 31 credits. Again, this is 1 full year of college. Now, these classes do require grades of C or higher. The reason being, this is designed to, transfer to the four-year schools. So grades of D do not transfer to four-year schools. And obviously, neither do grades of F. So you do have to get a C or a better in all these classes. Now, if you'll notice, you'll see that everything is highlighted. That means you can get all of these classes through Mountain Vista or your base high school. You won't have to take any classes through Laurel Ridge. So the Certificate of General Studies is very doable for all Mountain Vista students. It requires English 111 and 112. So if you're dual enrolling English 10 in your 10th grade year, that gives you credit for English 111. You dual enroll English 11 in your junior year, that gives you credit for English 112. And then you'll have that category knocked out. We require 2 humanities and arts electives from 2 different categories. So if you're dual enrolling humanities 10 or 11 in Mountain Vista, that will give you, that will fulfill one of these electives. It's a humanities class. And then if you dual enroll English 12 at your base high school, that is a literature class that will fulfill the other requirement. Social science, you'll want to dual enroll humanities 12 through Mountain Vista in your senior year, because that is in the fall, it's international relations, and in the spring, it's U.S. government. So either one fulfills the social science elective. Natural science with lab, plenty of options offered in Mountain Vista, chemistry, biology, physics. Same way with math. If you're doing the bio track, you're going to have to take just statistics and calculus 1. And then if you're on the physics track, you'll take calculus 1, 2, and 3. Any of those, just dual enroll it. It'll fulfill the math requirement. History, again, you'll get that through your base high school, depending on where you go. Some offer U.S. history, some offer world history, some offer both. Whatever they offer, just dual enroll it and you'll get your history credit. And then the certificate requires 2 other general education electives. You'll have plenty of MVGS credits that will fulfill that category. So let's move on to the associate degrees. There are 3 degrees that Mountain Vista students work towards: the general studies, the science, or the computer science degree. Which one should you work towards? That depends on what you want to do for a career. It depends on what you want to major in at your four-year school. So that's something to really be thinking about this year, so that we can ensure that you're working towards the associate degree that's going to be most beneficial to you. All 3 degrees require a 1-credit student development college success skills class. There's no way around this. You got to take it. We do offer condensed versions of this class that you can complete in a weekend or a week. Other than that, normally is a 5 or 7-week class, but you do have to take it if you want to earn an associate degree. You're going to need English 111 and 112 for all 3 degrees. You'll need 1 history elective for all 3 degrees. You'll need between 1 and 3 social science electives, depending on the degree you're working towards. The math requirements vary from degree, depending on what degree you're working towards. You will need at least 8 credits of natural science for the computer science or general studies degree, 16 credits for the science degree. You will need a humanities and arts elective. If you're working towards the science or general studies degree, you will need a computer elective, either digital literacy, which is ITE 152, or computer science principles, which is CSC 110. The difference being ITE 152 is more the basic class, computer class. The computer science principles gets more into the programming. So if you have more of an interest in that, then you may want to take the CSC 110. You will need a communication elective for the science or the general studies degree. The options are public speaking, CST 100, or intro to speech, CST 110. For the computer science degree, this is not needed, but it can fulfill one of the elective requirements that you may need. So if you're, working towards the computer science degree, when you meet with me, we'll go over that. All 3 degrees have a literature requirement, various electives requirements. The science degree requires 2 STEM electives. The computer science degree does have 5 specific computer science classes that need to be taken. So if you do enroll computer science 1 at Mvgs in your 11th grade year, that will fulfill 2 of these requirements. If you do enroll computer science 2 in your senior year, that will fulfill 2 requirements. There will be one other class, though, that you will have to take through Laurel Ridge. The health or PED requirement has been waived from the general studies and computer science degrees. As of now, the science degree still has this requirement. That may change. We'll know more in the spring about that. So where can you earn these credits? Most of everything you can earn through Mountain Vista or your base high school. Now, the SDV class, that will have to be taken through Laurel Ridge. The communication elective, public speaking, intro to speech, that will have to be taken through Laurel Ridge if you need that. If your degree requires the ITE 152 or CSC 110 class, that will have to be taken through Laurel Ridge. Some high schools offer, it's called the IC3 exam. I know Frederick County high schools offer that. So that may be an option. You may be able to test out of that. If you take this exam, you pass it, you can get credit for ITE 152 or CSC 110. So if you are taking some computer classes at your base high school, or if you're taking computer science 1 at Mountain Vista, you may want to check into this exam. See if it's offered at your high school. And if it is, you take it, you pass it. Again, that'll fulfill this requirement, so you won't have to take a class. Literature. So again, you dual enroll English 12 through your base high school. That gives you your literature credit. Unfortunately, Clark County High School does not have this option. So if you are a Clark County student, you will have to take a literature class through Laurel Ridge. Computer science, if you're going for that degree, we just talked about that. The class that you'll have to take through Laurel Ridge, there are 3 options. You're going to want to meet with me so we can discuss those options, because if you know what 4-year school you're going to, what you may want to major in, they may prefer one of these classes over the other. So we'll definitely want to look into that. Again, the science degree still has that health phys ed requirement. So if you are a Warren County high school student, they offer a class there called sports medicine that you can dual enroll. It's our Health 206. That may be an option for you if you go to Warren County. I want to talk briefly about English 111 and 112. So if you're in 10th grade this year, you're dual enrolling English 10. That'll give you your credit for English 111. Next year, you're going to want to dual enroll English 11. That will give you credit for English 112. Note that this is the same class as Humanities 10 and 11, so you should still enroll Humanities 10 and 11 to also earn your 6 Humanities and Arts credits. Now, if you're an 11th grader who's new to Mountain Vista this year, if you're dual enrolling English 11, you will earn credit for English 111. However, it is a full year class, so you must take English 112 over the summer through Laurel Ridge because remember, you must have credit for English 112 to be able to dual enroll English 12 at your base high school in your senior year. Remember, English 12 is a literature class. All of our literature classes have that prerequisite of English 112. So you must have credit for English 112 before you can take a 200 level English class. So that's why if you're going this route, you would have to take English 112 over the summer through Laurel Ridge. Now, a little birdie told me that Miss Huff may be teaching a special English 112 course tailored exclusively towards MVGS students, a condensed class. So you may want to consider that. Students also have the option to take the AP exam for English language and comp in the spring of your 11th grade year, but you must be registered for that. So if you're not and you want to do that, make sure to speak to your base high school counselor right away about that. You score 3 or better on the exam, send your report to Laurel Ridge, and we will give you credit for English 111 and 112. So those of you who go to Culpeper or Eastern View High School, we do not have dual enrollment agreements with those schools. So don't worry though, you can still dual enroll U.S. History and English 12 through Germanna Community College, which is part of the Virginia Community College system. So what that means is once the class is completed and graded, it shows up here in our system. So we can see that you took the class, we can see your grade. There's nothing more you need to do. You don't have to send us transcripts or anything. So if you do go to these high schools, you do still have options for U.S. History and English 12 that can be dual enrolled through Germanna. Now, if you go to Fauquier County High School, you'll have the option to dual enroll your literature class, English 12, in your senior year through Richard Bland College, at least as of now. Things may change by the time we get to your senior year. Who knows? We may be offering a class that can be dual enrolled at your base high school through Laurel Ridge. You never know. Things change from year to year. But right now, students do have to dual enroll English 12 through Richard Bland College. They are not part of the Virginia Community College system. So once the class is completed and graded, you will have to request that an official transcript be sent to Laurel Ridge in order to earn that literature credit. We will send out a reminder, so don't worry about it. And we're thinking a couple years ahead here. So but don't worry, we always send out a reminder to students about that. Alrighty, so what are your next steps? You will want to schedule an appointment to meet with me if you want to work towards an associate degree, because we have lots of planning to do. You will want to meet with me in the spring, usually January, February, March. Now I'm based on the Middletown campus, so if you go to Mountain Vista at the Warrenton campus, I always make arrangements with Miss Huff to come and visit students for a couple of days in the spring, usually February or March. So keep your eyes and ears open about that. I'll be getting with her about that. And she will let you all know when I'll be coming down there so that I can meet with you there one-on-one. Otherwise, we can meet through Zoom or here at the Middletown campus, whatever. Plan your schedule. Think about the classes you'll take at the governor's school, at your base high school, and through Laurel Ridge. Remember, the best time to take Laurel Ridge classes is over the summer rather than during the school year. You've already got enough going on during the school year. You're not going to have time to take Laurel Ridge classes. Students that do, they're overwhelmed. So don't do that to yourself. try to take the classes over the summer. We offer both in-person and online formats for most of our classes. So the online classes are usually asynchronous. That means you work on your own, but you will still have weekly deadlines to meet for uploading assignments, tests, and quizzes. Everything's done through Canvas. Some of you may be familiar with that, some may not. But yeah, it's not like you don't have to actually be at your computer logged in. You don't have to do the Zoom thing. You will be able to work on your own, just as long as if you're still getting those assignments and tests and quizzes and projects uploaded by the due date. Keep in mind, things change. Courses offered at Mvgs or your base high school may be offered one year, but not the next. I have no control over that, so please don't call me up and yell at me and complain to me. There's nothing I can do about that. But just we can work with you and we can alter your plan. There's always a solution. Additionally, new classes may be added that you may want to take. You never know. You may also find that your schedule won't allow you to take some classes that you planned on taking. Just stay in touch with me so we can address your concerns and alter your plan. Be realistic. Not all of you will have the time to take Laurel Ridge classes, so the certificate may be more doable for you than the associate degree. Remember, the certificate is still, you will still be recognized as a Laurel Ridge Governor's Scholar. It is still 1 year of college completed. The important thing to remember is that you're still earning college credits that can hopefully transfer to your four-year school, save you time and money there. If you know what four-year school you want to attend, when you're meeting with the admissions rep or the recruiter, you're going to want to let them know that you are a dual enrolled student at Laurel Ridge Community College. Ask them, how will my credits transfer? If you are working towards an associate degree concurrently with your high school diploma, let them know that as well. If you're going out of state, you will definitely want to, you want to let them know, hey, I'm a student of the Virginia Community College system. I'm also dual enrolled. I'm also working towards a certificate or an associate degree. How will my credits transfer? Let them know if you know what you want to major in too. Talk with them about that. They may have some recommendations. They may say, okay, well, I advise you to take this course at Laurel Ridge. It may be one that's offered at Mountain Vista or your base high school for dual enrollment. It may not. It may be something you would have to take through Laurel Ridge, but just let them know, ask questions. If you plan to go to school in state, I recommend checking out the Transfer Virginia portal, transfervirginia.org. It is a really cool resource. I recommend just setting up an account. You'll see on there all of our transfer partners, both current and future. You can do lots of cool stuff like see how your credits will transfer, see what four-year schools in Virginia offer the major that you're interested in. It's a really neat resource. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do for a career, but you should at least be thinking about it. Start tying your interests into possible career options. There's a wealth of resources at your disposal right now. Ms. Raven, your counselor at Mvgs, your base high school counselors, college advisors, career coaches. Laurel Ridge has a career coach in place at 16 of our high schools. They're usually housed within the counseling department. If you don't know your base high school career coach, find out who that is. Work with them. They can help you too. Go to laurelridge.edu. That's our website. Type in career exploration in the search bar. That'll take you to our career exploration page. There's a ton of tools on there that you can use, one of which is the Virginia Education Wizard. Take the assessments, take the career assessments. You may be surprised at what you'll find. I've had lots of students say, well, I took the assessment and it said, for the #1 career choice, this is what it had. This is something I never thought about. So then I asked students, well, what do you know about that career? Well, not too much. So then I encourage them to delve a little bit deeper into the career, do some research. Who knows? You may find that could be something that could be of interest to you. You just never know. Arrange to talk to or job shadow someone who works in your field of interest. Take advantage of any internship opportunities that may come your way while you're still in high school, maybe over the summer. Definitely when you get to your 4-year school. A lot of programs do require an internship. Take advantage of that. Some may allow, they may require one, but then have another internship as an option. Take advantage of that second internship opportunity if you are able to. If you're dual enrolled, remember, you are a college student, whether you're taking classes here through Laurel Ridge or dual enrolling through Mountain Vista or your base high school, you are a college student. So please become familiar with Laurel Ridge and our policies and procedures, our program requirements. You should be keeping track of your own progress towards your credential. Yes, I keep track too, but I'm only human. I may make some oversights. We have over 2,600 dual enrollment students through Laurel Ridge and only 2 dual enrollment advisors. So you do the math there. That's a lot of students for me to keep track of. Now, no, not all of them are working towards an associate degree. But at any rate, at your 4-year school, you will be responsible for keeping track of your own progress towards your bachelor's degree. So, start now here at Laurel Ridge. Keep track of your progress. Start at our website, laurelridge.edu. The best thing to do is just to type in catalog in the search bar. That'll take you right to our catalog. Bookmark it. Then you'll see a menu on the left, programs by degree. Click that on. That'll take you to this page. Look for the credential that you are working towards. Just what I recommend students do is just print it out. Put a little check mark next to each requirement once it's fulfilled. Write down the grade that you earned for the class. Make notes if you have to. The general studies degree, for example, requires 6 transfer electives. So you may want to make little notes about what classes you're going to take to fulfill those classes. And that's something that I can, work with you on. So some important times of the year to remember are, if you are a 10th grader who wants to pursue an associate degree, you're required to meet with me. The best time is in the spring, January, February, March, maybe early April. Don't wait any longer than that, though. Again, I'm based in Middletown, but if you're on the Warrenton campus, I do make arrangements with Ms. Huff to come to the Warrenton campus for a couple of days to meet one-on-one with students for 15-20 minutes. Spring of your 11th grade. Oh, by the way, if you're a 11th grader this year who is new to MVGS, if you want to work towards an associate degree, you will want to meet with me like as soon as possible. Don't wait till spring. Meet with me. Reach out to me now, because we want to make sure that you're. We want to ensure that you're going to be meeting all the requirements by the time you graduate. So back to current 10th graders. In the spring of your 11th grade year, you're going to want to reach out to me again to ensure that your remaining requirements will be met by high school graduation. Don't wait until your senior year starts to reach out to me and say, hey, Mr. Wan, what do I still need? Because then what happens is we may discover that you still may need 1 or 2 Laurel Ridge classes that you could have taken over the summer, and now you have to take during the school year when you have no time to take Laurel Ridge classes. So make sure that you reach out to me again in the spring of your 11th grade year. In March, that is when our summer and fall registration begins. So if you're taking Laurel Ridge classes in the summer or fall, you're going to want to reach out to me in March or early April. Our summer semester begins around May 22nd. Don't wait until May 15th to reach out to me, because by then, guess what? The summer class that you may want to take is more than likely filled. So, and there's nothing I can do at that point. If the class is filled, I can't get you into the class. There's no waiting lists or anything like that. So make it easy on yourself. Just reach out to me in March or early April. End of October, beginning of November, that's when our spring registration begins. Again, our spring semester begins around January 15th. Again, don't wait until January 10th to reach out to me to take a spring class. End of October, beginning of November, that's when you're going to want to connect with me. That way we can get you registered. We can ensure that there is a seat for you in the class you want to take. The beginning of the school year and in December and January, that's when the dual enrollment forms are distributed in the base high schools and Mvgs for the dual enrolled courses taught at those schools. So you've already filled out the purple form for your fall and full year classes that are taught at the schools. And then we're going to do it again in the spring. So any spring classes that you want to dual enroll at Mvgs or your base high school, somebody from those schools will be coming around in December or January after your winter break with yellow spring dual enrollment forms. For those of you taking AP exams, you do have to register for them. There is always a deadline. It's usually around like the beginning or mid-October. So at the beginning of each school year, that's when you'll want to connect with somebody at your base high school about registering for the AP exams. Usually it's your high school counselor. And don't forget, if you pass AP exams with scores of 3 or above, you can earn college. We can use that for college credit. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. There is my contact info. That's the number to my direct line. I can be reached Monday through Thursday, usually between the hours of 8:30 and 5. There's my email address. Feel free to email me anytime. You want to see me in person, there's my office on the Middletown campus. So that's it for my presentation. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you for your time.